bruh, bruh, bruh. Pfft. Yeah, I met a guy down the dark end of a dark alley. Said he had some information for me, something I might want to see. He was right. What did the man have? He had all the great games that are on sale on Steam this weekend.
Well, hey there, everybody. It is time once again for us to go through the games that are going to be on sale this weekend on Steam. And you know the rules. The games have to be at least 75% off. And they have to be games that I have played. And beyond that, I don't know if there are other rules. High fan service, apparently. Oh, there's some racing games. And as always, I will not be recommending that you play Euro Truck or whatever. Not because it's not good. Clearly, millions of people play that. I have never played it. Remember, I or someone I know has to have played it, and none of us are aspiring truck drivers. Apologies. Let's get down to it. First up, I love Zeboyd games. Love, love, love. And this double pack right here, Cthulhu Saves the World and Breath of Death 7, these are classic 8-bit style turn-based RPGs. And they are silly gooses. Silly gooses. Yeah, this is depowered Cthulhu who is forced into becoming a hero to break the curse that took his powers, which gives you a reason to level up and whatnot, because otherwise, why would you level up if you were Cthulhu? But yeah, you know, it's a whole old school style turn-based RPG, and it's exceptionally fun, and the guys who made it have played like a bajillion of these type of games, and here's Breath of Death 7, much more, you know, Dragon Warriors style of vibe on this one, but super fun games. Cannot recommend them enough, and you get both of them for 59 cents. That's a good deal in my book. Reventure. This one is 100 different endings. Yup. And at one point, 100% positive reviews. This game goes way back to the early days of there being, roguelikes on Steam. This is one of the very early roguelikes. And yeah, in many ways, it has been cast aside by other roguelikes that are less pixely and a little more complicated. But this one's super fun. Not that complicated. Very straightforward and easy to pick up, easy to understand. Really cool, really interesting level design and character design. What with the very exceptionally pixelatedness, you would think that there wouldn't be a lot of characterization in this one, but oh, there be. And there's a ton of like things, unlockables, gear upables, and every time, like they say, it's 100 different endings. So cool game, 77% off, $1.83 on the Reventure. Guacamelee. Now, last week, I suggested the Gold Edition. This is the Super Mega Ultra Awesome, Super Turbo Championship Edition. Is this the best edition? I don't know. I have not played every single edition. But this one comes with a lot of the DLC, and I want people to play this game regardless of edition, because not enough people love this game, and I love this game super much, because it is a Metroidvania with beat-em-up style gameplay with a combo-based combat system and a ton of secret moves that help, well, not secret moves, special moves that help you Metroidvania your way around a Mexican-styled luchador world that is beautiful and colorful and amazing and super fun. And look at this, very positive. But 2,000 people, come on, it's got to be more than that. Because this is a Metroidvania that is worthy of more love. 75% off at $3.74. Please buy this game and love it. For real. Pac-Man. There's a bunch of Pac-Man games on sale right now, but this is the Pac-Man Super Turbo Championship Edition DX Plus. And so this has a lot of really interesting game modes. And yeah, I have played this game, enjoyed this game, and it's super crazy fun Pac-Man nonsense. Takes your standard Pac-Man and just blows it up times a million. And also, if I remember correctly, you can play more classic Pac-Man type business in this game as well. They just added a bunch of cool stuff to the concept of Pac-Man, and it's really fun. So yeah, if you want to play some like upgraded Pac-Man go get you some Pac-Man Championship Edition DX Plus. That's not a name I'm going to trip over. Of course not. $2.49 at 75% off. La Mulana. La Mulana is actually a remake of a much older game that was called La Mulana. Actually, I don't know. It rather reminds me of the old Atari game, Montezuma's Revenge. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. This is a Metroidvania, and it is an earlier one that's kind of gotten forgotten about, kind of gotten brushed under the rug, but it was super fun. I remember playing this on the PS Vita back in the day. It's got Spelunky vibes, but it's not roguelike, it's Metroidvania, so that therein lies the difference. So if you like Spelunky and you like Metroidvania, here you go. La Mulana. It's a super fun game. It is 75% off at $3.74. And what? Wait, no, nah. Whew. Hey now, get your game on. You're some sort of all-star, are you not? This is X-Morph Defense. Isn't that what it's called? Yes, X-Morph Defense. My son has played this game a lot. This one combines tower defense, and you get to also play as one of the vehicles in the thing. So it's combination shooter and tower defense. So you're not just sitting there idly watching your towers barely stand up to the enemy. You get to join in the fray, like you have always wanted to do if you're someone like me playing a tower defense game and you're like, God, I wish I was one of these machines that I could blow up bosses and whatnot and not just, put down guns and towers and stuff. Anyway, really cool concept, very fun game, and it is 80% off at $3.99. Caladrius Blaze. I'm not being weirdly racial. That is how the girl says the name of this game. It's Caladrius Blaze, and it is a shooter with a lot of fan service because unlike other vertical shooters where, your character's clothes stay on, this one, as you take damage, your spacesuit starts getting all revealing and whatnot. And if you shoot up your enemies, it's just showing anime girls. I promise, it's a shooter. It's not that much anime in it. It's show the shoot, show the pew pew, guys. Sell your game on what it is. Anyway, I'm telling you. So it's a really fun shooter, vertical style shooter, bullet hellish, and look at this. They're not even showing. Like, do you care if people see your game or not? There's a reason some games don't sell very much, and it's ads like these that really, really don't sell it. You can kind of see it there. Bullet hell shooter. But you are anime girl who, if you get shot too much, your clothes fall off. So, yeah. Not all the way. It's not full nudity. It's just increasingly revealing. Anyway, 80% off, $3.99. The shooter part is really good, and I promise it's not just a fan service game, even though the way they're selling it, you would wonder. Anyway, Broforce, oh my god. Broforce is so good, you probably already know about it because it's been around for a little while. Yeah, it's almost 10 years old. But the thing about Broforce is that you are in a completely destructible environment, playing as every single action hero there has ever been in the entire world, ever. And they all have different weapons and abilities and things that they bring to the table. And it doesn't look anything like these cartoons. Again, show us the gameplay. What are you, an Atari game? You're going to show us something other than gameplay? Come on, fellas. We know this isn't what the gameplay looks like, don't we? I grow tired of us not see. It looks like this. It looks like this, and this looks like the, John McClane sort of fella. He's got a machine gun, ho ho ho. So yeah. Anyway, and all of this, everything you see on screen is blow upable, including this guy who, if you don't blow him up first, he will come and blow himself up, and you. It's very funny, a little bit of crude sense of humor, but If you like action movies, every action movie dude you've ever heard of, ever seen, that has ever existed in this or any other reality is in this game. Look how overwhelmingly positive it is, because this game is so much fun. And you can play it multiplayer. So, getting a 4-pack. Oh, they used to sell a 4-pack. Where's the 4-pack? Anyway, $2.99. Have your friends get it, and then y'all can hop online and play some multiplayer bro force and just be broing out as bros do. Anyway, it's a great game. Highly recommended. Barro GT. Now, if you watched my breakdown of every single Barro game, is it playing? Are you playing, good sir? 36 minutes. How about 3 minutes and 51 seconds worth of gameplay footage? This is the best Barro game. It has realistic-ish tracks. It's got both the speed and the boost. It has the widest array of cars, and it's the most fun to play, hands down. So if you've always seen the Barro games down there in the bargain basement of Steam, and you've wondered whether or not they are fun to play, first of all, yes. Every single one of them is at least some fun to play. This one is the most fun, and you can pick this bad boy up for 49 cents. And a bunch of the other ones are on sale too. You can get the whole collection for $5.60. And then there's a whole bunch of DLCs and whatnot. Just all kinds of good stuff. Barro GT is a super fun game, and I really, really like it. It is my favorite of all of the Barro games, and yes, I have played them all, I own them all, and I have tested them all out rigorously. So trust me. Next up, this one I can't believe. This is unbelievable, because I remember when the Legendary Edition of the Mass Effect games came out, and yeah, it was super awesome to be like, oh, cool, Mass Effect. It's one of the greatest franchises ever in the history of ever. And this version, the Legendary Edition, has all 3 games. So Mass Effect 1, which is excellent. Mass Effect 2, which might be the greatest video game ever made. Mass Effect 3, which is okay. Yeah, that's right. That is how it goes. Does not have Mass Effect Andromeda, which made people even more angry than they were at Mass Effect 3. Yeah, the games do not improve the farther you get in the series, but to have the first 3 games, which are the best 3 games, it is $8.99 at 85% off, and this is the remastered edition. These are the best looking, best versions of these games that you are going to get. Now, granted, you will find Mass Effect purists who may say otherwise. Oh, this dude is so awesome. Anyway, he's one of my favorite characters in the game. But, yeah, if you've never played these games, you should play these games because they are incredible. And for $8.99 to get 3 big budget, AAA released. This version was released 3 years ago. The originals were like 2007, 2008-ish for the first Mass Effect game. They've been around a while, and they are classics for a reason. You should really play them. I am just recommending that to you as someone who loves these games. Anyway, Moonlighter. Oh my goodness, what an indie gem this one is. This game combines 2 really cool things. First of all, the Dark Lord's lair the Dark Lord's been killed, and his lair has been left open to looters, and you are just such a looter. And so you go in, and there's still baddies down there, and you gotta kill them and try and survive and get cool stuff. Now, the problem with getting cool stuff is that you also run a shop wherein you sell the stuff. And so you are always trying to decide, like, if I get a really cool weapon, do I keep it so that I can go on and get more really cool weapons? Or do I sell it for that sweet, sweet money? And that's like the game. That's the whole concept, pretty much. And it is so fun, and it's such great, great pixel art. Just so well done. Very beloved. And it is $3.99 at 80% off, and you can get it with the DLC for only less than $1 more. So, it is well worth owning and a very, very fun game. Next up, Metal Unit. oh, here is one that's a little fan servicey. Just a tad, just a touch. It's only every time you pause the game that your character will have one hand upon her bosom, and just indicating like, gee, this spacesuit is tight. Yeah, that will be a thing. So you're gonna get used to that on every pause screen. Yep, there she was for half a second. But anyway, this game is an action platformer. Feels like it should be a Metroidvania. It's not, but it's still very, very fun. I think some people were bothered that it's not a Metroidvania, and it was not made to be one. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. Every conversation you have. Could you imagine if that's how an actual person was, if they were talking to you? Look, people are injured and stuff. Oh, please rescue the survivors. This time, ooh. You know, like, I'm telling you, there's some fan service in this game. The game is super fun. Like, most of the time, you are like Samus in Metroid, the older ones, where it's more spacesuity and less, like, you know, high heel spacesuity like they did in later games. But yeah, $2.99, 80% off. This metal unit, super fun. A little bit underrated. Ooh, now, here is a fun franchise from the Wii. Yeah. Now, I will tell you up front, there's mild fantasy violence, whatever that means. No, play. But what I will tell you is that some people complain that this game is too short. Well, then I guess you're going to have to buy it with its sequel. But basically, you move your little dude around the world. This was invented to be played with a Wiimote, and it shows, but it plays really nicely with a mouse. And actually is a little more tightly controlled that way. And yeah, see, you blow your little guy around, he gets little helicopters and whatnot, so you help him platform in this, you know, beautiful little world, and you do some light puzzle solving, a little bit of puzzle platforming, and physics puzzling and stuff. It's really cool and really fun, really cute game, and it's $1.99, or you can buy it with its sequel for $2.99 and get both games, and then you won't be left saying, "Oh, but it was too short." Well, for $2.99, both games, that's not too short, and it's not too expensive either. So yeah, really cool game from back in the Wii days. Need for Speed Most Wanted is a lot of people's favorite Need for Speed game because, well, and it's been remade so many times, feels like it's been released on every console ever. But yeah, it is you versus the cops, you know, outrunning the cops in cool, fast cars and pulling off some cool stunts and whatnot. Yeah, so like I said, this is a lot of people's favorite Need for Speed, and it is $2.99 at 85% off. Mutant Muds. Now, I will admit the best way to play this game is on the 3DS. That is true, because it does this whole foreground-background thing, which on the 3DS is awesome. That's what the 3D on the 3DS was invented for, was this game. But it is still super fun, and they make it look really cool, even though you are playing it on a non-3-dimensional type screen. Still very cool game, very fun, very silly sense of humor, and yeah, really good action platformer, collect 'em all kind of a type of game. Very fun. I really like this game. And it's $1.99 at 90% off. Oh, come on now. Yeah, last week, or the week before, I can't remember which, the first Alien Breed game was on sale, and now this is the second one. The Alien Breed series is the greatest isometric shooter series ever. There aren't that many isometric shooter series, but we'll just say that they are the best isometric shooting games of all time. They really are. I love these games so much. They are so cool, so intense, so much fun. They still look beautiful. These came out on the PS3 era, see 2010. Getting a little long in the tooth, but you know what? They are still super much fun. I beat the first game again recently and loved every minute of it. So super fun. It is only 99 cents. And eventually the whole thing will be on sale. But if you bought the first one in the last sale and you're like, okay, now it's time to get that second one, he was totally right. because that first game was so much fun. Well, there you go. Anyway, next up, Grip Combat Racing. I am so bad at this game. I think I've tried to review it for the channel and have not done so yet because I have to learn to be less terrible at this game. I am not good at it. Maybe I did release a review and it was bad because it was like, trust me, it's fun. I know I suck, but you might enjoy it. But yeah, it is a, futuristic, stick to the walls, stick to the ceiling combat racer game, which is very fun. There's a lot going on the screen at all times, and an old fuddy-duddy like me who came up on like pole position and one button on a joystick. Yeah, I'm not quite ready for the Grip Combat Racing, but it's $2.99 at 90% off, and it's a fun game. And if you're looking for a racer that has a DeLorean in the promo for some reason, wait, is there a DeLorean in the game now? Oh, apparently so. Apparently so. Yeah, they put a DeLorean. Is that a DLC, I'm assuming? Probably. Anyway. But yeah, there you go. Fun game. Ooh, speaking of fun games, High Hell. This game looks fun, is fun. It's got a really... if you are offended easily, this game might not be for you, because it does have some, like, really raucous, insane humor. Is very funny and very fun. And if you're the sort of person who would enjoy playing a game called High Hell, in which on many levels you are fighting monkeys with machine guns, well, have I got a game for you. And look at how good it looks. Like, these graphics are unique and super fun, cell shaded-ish, but definitely its own style, very high in the reds. Oh, this dude, hard. Hard. Boss, that one. Yeah, I thought this guy was hard. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. And then at the end of every level, you just jump off the building and parachute to the next one. It is so cool, and it is $1.99 at 80% off. Yeah. What a fun game. Okay, this last one. If you don't want to see fan service, you can just turn off this video right now and walk away, and you're going to be fine. But if you do like fan service, here's a game that I do in fact own. And I do in fact own this both on the Switch and on Steam, because it's pretty fun. But it's so fan servicey, and it's really embarrassing to own. Yeah, apologies. I told you. Anyway, this is Galgun double piece, and it is it's a shooter. It's like an on-rails type shooter. Basically these girls fall in love with you and they can't stop coming at you. It's all anime girls, and you gotta shoot them but shoot them with kisses. Or no, they try to get you with kisses. You shoot them with pheromones. It's a crazy game. It's a stupid game. It's so dumb. There is no call for this game whatsoever. If you are not inclined, you should not play this at all. But if you are the sort of person who, because it's so ridiculous, it is such a ridiculous game. I was laughing the whole time. So maybe I'm not playing it the way that they intended because I think it's too hilarious. Yeah, it's so funny. I don't know that that's what they intended, but that is how I took it. And yeah, it is so much fan service. So be forewarned, but it's $1.49, which is really cheap for, it is a pretty fun shooter. If you like on-rail shooters, it's like a decent on-rail shooter. No lie. It's like a solid on-rail shooter. The gameplay is actually good, because I don't put up with games like this if the gameplay is no good, because the Russians, sorry, a little bit of a side thing. For those who don't know, the Russians took over my account and bought 600 games with somebody else's money. That's the very short version of that story. And they bought me a lot of really terrible adult games where, the gameplay is just garbage. This one, not so. This one, and that is a ridiculous, gum stuck to her hand or whatever. And then you shoot her. You shoot her with the pheromones. Such a dumb game, but dumb fun. Anyway, people, that's my recommendations for this week. Sure, there are tons of games on sale this week. Tons of them. You know, Cyberpunk's 50% off. That's Elden Ring's 30% off. Yeah, EA Sports FC 25 is impossibly expensive. Whatever. So, yeah, hopefully there is something out there for you in this Steam sale. If not, just come back here next week and we'll find something for you. There are always deals, and we're covering them here on this channel, right here on the Badger Plays. Anyway, thank you for being here for this one. I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.